Hey guys, this is the Stupendous Wave Earth Day video today, and this one we're going to be doing the highly anticipated dino battle of Gigantosaurus versus Spinosaurus, and as always they will be meeting in an open field for their combat. So I'm really nervous to do this because this was so hard to pick a winner out of this, and I really want to know who you guys think would win in the comments and after this video, because this is really the toughest dino battle that I have ever had to do. These two guys are so comparable to each other. So anyway, let's go ahead and start off with the Gigantosaurus. Now the Gigantosaurus was 40 to 43 feet long. He weighed, or she was 13 feet tall and weighed anywhere from 6.5 to 8.5 tons. So this is an extremely large animal. If you can just picture yourself to a size of this animal, we have no real predator on the earth today that was as large as the Gigantosaurus was, and just as powerful and as intimidating as this thing was. And another thing is, it could run up to 31 miles per hour, faster than any Olympic sprinter could. That means there's literally, if we were running from them, no chance that we could escape it if we were in an open field. This thing is extremely fast. It has extremely strong and powerful legs, and it is also much faster than the Spinosaurus, so its speed will play a big factor in the fight. As we saw, it's going to be able to dodge and move around and to get some quick bites in, so really a very fast dinosaur. So another big advantage that the Gigantosaurus has is that it is actually used to fighting or hunting down large prey items. It hunted larger animals. It hunted some of the biggest animals that have ever walked the earth, unlike the Spinosaurus, who actually hunted fish. So this thing is built to hunt down large animals. It's not going to go eat smaller ones. Well, it could eat smaller ones, but it is meant to hunt down these larger ones. It is built to hunt down these larger ones. And that's something that the Spinosaurus was not built to do. It was built to eat fish, and yes, it's a very large animal, but the Gigantosaurus was just made to hunt down these large prey items. Now, unlike the T-Rex, it did have larger arms. It had about 5-inch long arms, which is still relatively small, and they couldn't really use it to swipe in a fight because they're not really super useful, although they are more useful than the T-Rex's arms. Another thing is, it may have actually hunted in packs. Now, of course, if two Gigantosauruses went up against one Spinosaurus, it's an easy win for the Gigantosauruses, but that's still two, and we're doing a one-on-one match. So this thing did hunt in packs, which is really interesting. Similar to the T-Rex, where people assume that it was very, I don't want to say family oriented, but it stayed with their young until they were able to go out on their own. It protected their eggs. It didn't just have them and leave, which is really interesting. And one disadvantage that the Gigantosaurus has is that it actually has one of the smallest brains of theropods, dinosaurs that we know. It has a size about half the size of a T-Rex brain, and we already know that the T-Rex brain is still really small. So this guy may have been a little bit of a dimwit, not the most intelligent dinosaur. So that's going to hurt it. It might just want to dive right into a fight instead of thinking it out a little bit, thinking about what to do. But at the same time, it does have these incredible instincts because of, obviously, it knows how to hunt large animals. So that's going to help it with fighting the Spinosaurus. But at the same time, since it's not extremely smart, it may just dive in there and not know how to attack or the best way of attack, because really it's facing a predator that it's never really seen before and that's really foreign to it. So that's really interesting. Again, its arms are not very useful. That's something that may hurt it. But again, it's an extremely large dinosaur, very comparable to the Spinosaurus, and it is very fast, and of course it has experience hunting larger prey items, something that the Spinosaurus does not have. So anyway, now that we've set up the Gigantosaurus, let's go ahead and talk about the Spinosaurus, the spined lizard. Now the Spinosaurus was 41 to 60 feet long, so that varies quite a bit, but as a large Spinosaurus, and we do use the best of the best, in our battles, it is a lot longer than the Gigantosaurus. But as we've seen in previous battles, length does not always mean strength and how powerful they are. It just means that they are simply longer than the other dinosaur. But still, it kind of gives you a bit of a size view of just how much larger it was than the Gigantosaurus, and the Spinosaurus being the largest land predator to ever walk the earth. It was also 16 feet tall at the head, so at the head it is taller than the Gigantosaurus by 3 whole feet. And at the sail it is actually 23 feet at the sail, so an amazing large dinosaur, and this of course is going to make it stronger. It's 7 to 20 tons, one of the most, and that's a big difference, 7 to 20, because of course all we have is the skeletons. We don't really know how much he weighed, so really it could go anywhere from doubling the Gigantosaurus in weight or to be about the same, but at the minimum they're about the same. So we do know that this thing is much bigger, and strength and being a large dinosaur, it of course is probably much stronger than the Gigantosaurus, but of course the Gigantosaurus is used to hunting larger prey items, and it has the bite force to hunt larger prey items. So we do know that the Spinosaurus usually hunted fish just because of the way its mouth was shaped, and it hunted fish because of course it was built for that. It wasn't used to hunting larger prey items. It might have hunted larger prey items, but that has never been confirmed. It might have walked on all 4 legs, which is really interesting because we do know that it does have fully functioning frontal claws, so it might have been similar to a bear, being able to stand up on its hind legs and swipe at prey items using its front legs, or it could have walked on all 4 legs similar to a bear and then of course stood up. So we do know that it's larger and stronger than the Gigantosaurus, but it does not have the bite force of one. It is also most likely smarter because the Gigantosaurus does not have the brain size that the Spinosaurus does have, which means that the Spinosaurus might not be so willing to rush into something. It might be willing to sit back and wait for the more opportune moment instead of just going in and biting at this new Gigantosaurus. But at the same time, it's not used to hunting larger animals. Well, I'm just assuming that it could have very well have hunted large animals, but we're just assuming that it didn't because it was built for hunting fish. I'm not saying that it couldn't defend itself against maybe other Spinosauruses or other large carnivorous animals. It very well could have, but it was not used to killing them. It would have settled for having them leave them alone instead of just killing them. But the Gigantosaurus is really a killer dinosaur. It's able to kill large animals, large theropods. So a big advantage for the Spinosaurus, probably its second biggest behind its sheer size, is that it has fully functioning front arms. It's able to swipe, which means that it could wait for the opportune moment and just swipe once, because it's going to be able to hit the Gigantosaurus with its arm before the Gigantosaurus would be able to bite it, unless of course the Gigantosaurus was using its speed to its advantage. So still very, very comparable. Again, it doesn't have as strong as a bite force, and it is not as fast as the Gigantosaurus, but at the same time it's much larger and it has fully functioning arms. So if you think about it, they really are, if you combine these two dinosaurs together, they would really form the ultimate killing machine. But their weaknesses and their strengths really outweigh each other. On the one hand, the Spinosaurus has total functioning frontal arms, and then the Gigantosaurus has smaller arms that aren't really useful in a battle, but then it's not as smart, and the Spinosaurus is a little bit more intelligent, but then the Gigantosaurus is much quicker, faster than an Olympic sprinter, and the Spinosaurus might not be as fast as that, but it's still larger. Do you see what I mean? They really outweigh each other. These two are really the perfect combatants to face off against each other. So in my opinion, if I did pick ties in dino battles, this would be the one battle that I would pick a tie in. But since I do not pick ties because I think that that's very cheap, I'm going to give this win just to the dinosaur that I feel is just maybe just a slight edge, and that's the Spinosaurus. It's so hard, but I think maybe 5.5 times out of 10 the Spinosaurus would win, and then the Gigantosaurus would win 4.5 times out of 10. They are really just so comparable to each other. They fit each other's skills and each other's weaknesses so perfectly. This would be a match for the ages, and it is so hard to choose. But since I really feel like I have to, I'm going to say the Spinosaurus wins, just because it's able to swipe and it's much larger. So anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you guys think would win? Do you think it would be a tie? I really wish that I could give a tie to this, but I think that that's just a cheap way out. So, in my opinion, really close battle, but the Spinosaurus would win. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.